Miller's Crossing, the third Coen Brothers movie, 1990, written by the brothers, directed by Joel Coen, produced by Ethan Coen, though. It's just weird shit.
Yeah, see what they do there.
Yeah. But yeah, starring Gabriel Byrne and Marcia Gay Harden. Kind of a more subtle Coen Brothers movie. Definitely not one that people jump to talk about, in my experience.
Right.
But
yeah, it's not like synonymous, really.
Yeah, I had never heard of this movie before, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, me neither.
First time as well.
Cool. Yeah, so first time watches for everybody. So that shows that definitely.
Yeah.
But what'd you guys think of this one?
I think I already kind of said. I mean, I had just watched coming off like The Sopranos and Godfather. I think this was already a bad choice to follow those. So
yeah,
I was kind of meh, but
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, to follow up on that or to piggyback off that is I'm currently I'm in the finishing up The Sopranos, so I'm deep in the mob life, and going into it with that first monologue, I thought, oh, this is going to be a little cringe. And yeah, the mob stuff is kind of loose and loosey-goosey with it, but I think the core of it is what this guy is scheming and what his end goal is. So that's kind of took me away to where I didn't have to focus on the mob so much. It was more so of how he is maneuvering through both of these families. Right.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to look at it, honestly. Yeah.
As it went on and progressed and got picked up pace, and with the pace that it picked up, it also the dialogue got quicker, the people got smarter and wittier. It was just, I don't know, it started getting more and more fun as it went on and more engaging for me. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I felt that same thing. I was like, maybe like the first half hour, 45 minutes, I wasn't too sure if I was going to be as engaged, and then honestly, what got me was when he's talking to what's his name? Is it the Casper? He's like basically giving him putting that deal on the plate of turn in Bernie and then everything will be kosher. And he refuses. And he hits that guy with the chair. And he's just
Jesus, John.
He just stops. Walks out. Yeah. I was like, all right, I dig this. I'm in.
Yeah, there's some moments of comedy there too, like when he lands on the woman when there's in the crowd.
Yeah. But honestly, the introduction of Bernie too was another kind of his character just made it more interesting. Little Steve Buscemi in there. I was like, okay, I was getting to know these characters a little more, and yeah, like you said, Alex, wondering how he's going to navigate all these shifting, playing the angles and everything like that.
Right,
was fun to stick around for.
Nice. Yeah. I think I'm kind of on the Joe side of it, honestly. I didn't really enjoy this one that much. I think it's one of the weakest, if not the weakest Coen Brothers movie I've seen, honestly. I don't know. And that's not, I mean, it's hard to judge it because with prolific directors, I just find the scale to be weighted differently than every other movie, where it's you have to judge them against their other ones for some reason.
Especially the ones you hold at such high esteem,
Yeah, it's hard to
they
compare.
Have perfect movies, Sure. So it's just,
Definitely. So this one, it just did not engage me. Honestly, the main Gabriel Byrne, the main actor, I don't know. He just didn't really draw me in. Didn't really show me what he was feeling or and maybe that's the the cheekiness of it, where it's to me, honestly, it felt like a tongue-in-cheek Chinatown attempt, and it's almost just as boring in my opinion, which is sad, but I would say it's better than Chinatown, or maybe I don't know. I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
I think what elevates it above Chinatown, because Chinatown is just drop dead boring in my opinion. I don't get the hype for that movie, but the dialogue I think saves this movie a lot of the time.
There are moments where it's hot,
and
I have noticed that they are pretty good at writing dialogue. I don't know, at least these last three, I feel that's been a shining light for me personally. The dialogue has always been pretty good.
Yeah,
for sure.
Except for that guy, the fucking PI in the first one. He just said nonsensical shit all the time. I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, it was pretty tough at the beginning to get me into it. All three of these movies for the Coens, they kind of just start like pretty dense. Like they just like throw you into like names and people and like,
and
I'm just like
interesting. That very first scene, I couldn't tell. Like it's like I assumed it was an homage to The Godfather. Maybe it was just because I just watched The Godfather, but like. I mean, they start pretty much exactly the same. They're in like very similar ways. They're in like the guy's fucking office, and they're talking to him about something they need done, or some guy they need fucking murdered.
Sounds like it's pretty similar tracking to me, you know. Like, I mean, that's why I feel like they had like these inspirations because I felt Chinatown for sure. I haven't watched Godfather in a long time. But then it goes like
in a different direction. But like they basically, I don't know, they are similar, except like. I mean, in this, they're kind of against each other. Like, it's like the two. I don't know. That's families, not really the case. Yeah, that's not really the case in The Godfather. But I don't know.
I definitely felt that. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I felt like it felt, at least in the beginning, they were trying to like emulate that stuff a lot more, and it sort of, for me, it like fell into like actually feeling like its own mob movie later.
Really.
Yeah, because I was like, is this just like ripping stuff off straight up? But and then as stuff went on and you're watching Tom like navigate, it's like, okay, this is actually, it felt
finding its own character. Yeah. To me, it feels like they had these two like banger ideas off the bat, and like I feel like the third idea is like the hard spot where you hit. It's like you got to like find something new after you've put so much time and effort into like your first ideas. And it's like they pulled it from like stuff they like, and it to me it added up a little bit, but it was just like it's kind of weird because I'm curious about Barton Fink, the next one. I'm excited about it, and then Hudsucker Proxy, but it feels like those movies have none of the like acclaim or prestige until they get to Fargo, and then they like hit something like juicy in their like you know in their repertoire or whatever, but. I don't know. It's like they're still finding their footing here, in my opinion, on like what they can do and say. And this one, I just didn't feel like they said that much to me. But
I also felt like they're like zany nature that comes through in some of their movies. Like I felt like in this, it was just like off-putting. I didn't know if it was just me. Like it was a lot of times of like really just extending things. Like for instance, like when. I don't even remember which character it was because it happens like multiple times where there's like a shootout or people shooting guns and it just goes on for like ever. Like it goes on way too long. Dude, and like I assumed that was just to be like zany or goofy. And for me, it was just like kind of off-putting. I don't know. I didn't really like it. I thought it was weird.
Pacing
or like
weird.
I don't know, like sometimes like fuck, I can't even remember his name. But like characters just like keep yelling.
Oh my god! That was the only thing that really got on my nerves. That dude screaming. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be like their normal like zany nature for like both of those things. I think it just didn't really work for this.
Come out. Yeah.
Too
hard
dry,
to fit that in
dry. And feel good. Yeah, in a mob movie that's meant to be like that. Yeah.
I did Google after this scene happened. I was like, how many rounds are in a Tommy gun? Because I was just dude.
I'm like, dude, he's totally out of ammo.
It's 50 to 100 rounds potentially with a circular magazine. So, like, you tell me, was that 100 rounds?
I don't. We can go back.
It was at least 50.
It's at least 50. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, it was cool. Like he kept his cigar, and at the end, he just pops it back in. Like he ashes it, puts it in his pocket. I mean, kind of badass.
I mean, that moment picked the movie up for me. Obviously, once you see the guns start firing, the action. I mean, it was pretty slow up to that point.
Out the fucking window of the second story. That was pretty badass. I'm like, what's he fucking doing? And then he just jumps off the fucking roof.
Yeah, he's like an old man, but just like bounding down.
That was pretty badass.
My actually, similar to that, my favorite part of the movie was when is his name Tom? Maybe it wasn't that good. I don't remember the main character's name. The main guy.
A lot of names.
When he jumps out the window after talking to Totoro. I can't remember his name either.
Bernie Birnbaum.
When he jumps out the window and he runs down the hall with the pistol, I don't know. I just really enjoyed that whole sequence of the camera work going into that and then him tripping and falling.
I did.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say too. It was like they were like very similar on like how they got out of the building, and then like he just like totally, I don't know. The fucking dude was like waiting for him.
Yeah, just
tripped
knew.
his ass.
Yeah, I thought some of the like blocking and choreography, they had some good stuff. Some of it was like didn't land fully, like they didn't get it right, especially with like the fight choreography early in the movie. Like some of the just, I mean, it's like they're doing the kicks, they're doing the punches, but it's like you can just tell it's fake. One of the moment is like Turturro like getting his face dragged across the glass of the. It's like when they're about to go out to like execute him the first time. It's a great idea, and then he gets in the truck, and then the audio is all in there, and it's staying on the main character out the. So it's like a great idea. It's like they just don't have the execution or the will to be like, let's do it again yet or something, you know, like.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's like they got the good ideas there, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they have a good foundation.
And I mean, the execution scene, the first one, is the highlight of the movie, in my opinion. It's a great scene. It feels like it's treading on a little bit of similar ground as like Blood Simple, just like what they've done before a little bit. But
I felt at the end of this movie, it felt like they took Blood Simple and kind of juiced it up with like the half truths and like the characters not knowing everything and assuming things and coming to their own conclusions without ever being told what the real, like what really happened. So yeah, I got that vibe too. Coming towards the end of the movie, yeah.
It's just hard because that scene with him and the pistol in the cornfield is just so much more tension filled and juicy. I guess because I care about both those characters more, you know. But
yeah,
that's, I mean, when that scene when he like spares him, I don't know. Like Miller's Crossing, this is like literally the encapsulation of like a lone car on a road in the middle of nowhere, you know, like it's like that they go out to Miller's Crossing, like I don't know. It's just, I was like trying to wrap my head around, because that's like the Coen Brothers staple. And this is like the actual like manifestation of like that staple, if that makes sense, you know? I kind of like it maybe more as just like a flavor of their style as more than just like actual focus. Does that make any sense? Am I crazy? But like,
I think
I
so.
don't know.
Like it was a little too ham-fisted. You think? Like just
it's just not. There's not much. Like that's like you have a scene that does that. It's not the whole movie, and then they go out there multiple times, and you know you lose its impact after a while. And I mean, now I have watched The Sopranos too. Maybe that influenced it too, because The Sopranos is playing at Miller's Crossing a lot, especially in the later seasons. I don't know. I've seen it now, so I don't know. It's just, I don't know. That's just my taste, I guess. But
yeah, that's fair. I'm with you. I think it's one of their lower ones, but I don't know. I still enjoyed it. I was surprised that they were able to pull off like a half decent mob movie. I was not expecting. I didn't even know. Like I didn't know this was a mob movie going into it. So I was like, what the fuck? Cohen's doing some mafia shit. Like,
yeah,
can they even? I was like, oh no, could have been a lot worse, I guess, but still not amazing.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice the Sam Raimi cameo?
Yes, I was gonna mention that.
Damn, I did not.
It was like
when was it,
dude? It's like towards
Once
the
they
end.
blow up, they blow up the guy's joint, and then he's just standing there, and he fires both pistols.
Yeah, he like shoots one dude or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just fun to see him there.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, "The fucking Sam Raimi that they just dropped in here."
Yeah, but I mean, it's it's pretty good. It's a Coen Brothers movie. To me, it's like nice to establish like a baseline here. I'm gonna give it like 3 stars, and it's like I can like kind of judge all the ones from now, on this one.
Yeah,
yeah. I think I'm at a 3.5 with this one. I mean, the dialogue and writing really elevated it for me, and the story was kind of messy at times, a little confusing right off the gate because, like you said, they just kind of drop you in the situation, and you just kind of have to figure out your own way. But once I finally figured out my way and was there for like the dialogue sequences between, especially Dane and Tommy, I don't know. I just like those sequences, so it elevated it a little bit. So
nice.
I gave it a 3.5, and like, I guess like what I was thinking about is like, we've been talking a lot about like the rewatchability or like picking up shit on rewatch. I guess like I wonder what that would do for this.
I was thinking that too, actually, because that dense scene at the beginning could be like totally understood if you actually track it, the second time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Weird. I didn't think about that. My immediate thought after watching this was like, I don't think I'm gonna go back and watch.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
See, I had the opposite thought. I was like, I kind of want to rewatch it just so I can, I don't know, maybe it'll feel better and more digestible the second go through. But
what did you guys think about the ending of it, though? Too, I guess, like, because to me it was kind of like a weaker ending where it's like there's not much like I'm being told about the character or like the situation, like just with like the little push into the hat, like open, like to see his eyes, like I don't know.
I agree. When we finished it was me and my mom watching it because she's down here this week, and she asked me, she's like, so what was it trying to tell us? I was like, honestly, I'm not sure. So maybe that's a bad thing.
You gotta make it up for yourself.
I mean, I don't know. Have you been thinking about it since, or like did it make you think about it?
I'm trying to figure out what like his whole motive was to just get out of the mob the whole time, like seal his debts, change his ways, leave behind this criminal past.
I took it as like he was like a pretty good dude the whole time until he lets the dude live, and the dude fucks him over, and then he basically is like, I want to kill that guy now. Like,
and now it's like, who do you trust?
And he like has to get out, kind of. Yeah,
that's a good point. It is very like interpersonal in his storytelling with like Leo and Vern, like the love interests, the feud or whatever. And so maybe through that lens, it makes a little more sense. Does to me at least.
I guess I don't know. Most of the time, I feel like I enjoy movies more when they keep me thinking about shit after.
For sure.
Done with them,
For sure.
Yeah, it means something more, definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're in early Coens, and it's still feeling good to me.
Yeah, we got excited more, right?
Yeah. I'm excited about the next one.
So hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a little different for them.
I've come to the realization that like I think the Coen Brothers for me are gonna be like Kubrick for you, Alex. Like I don't know. I'm just not really. I think they're just not really my thing, which is fine. Like we'll go through it, and I'll be able to like I don't know examine some good shit. But like overall, I think it's just not really my style.
Have you seen No Country for Old Men, Joe?
I actually have not.
That's the one I think might like sell them maybe. But we'll see.
A lot of people have told me to watch it, so I can see it.
Good one. That is a really good.
That was one of my first Coen movies. It's in my top 5. I think it's like my third or fourth favorite movie, like of all time. So
nice.
Okay.
That one put Javier Bardem on the map for me too. I was like, who is this guy?
That's like one of the most rewatchable movies of all time too. Like you just turn it on and you're like, well, now I gotta finish. Like I'm just gonna put it on the background, but I end up sitting and watching the whole thing. So
yeah. I wonder. There's another couple that I'm like excited to rewatch. I think the one I actually am most excited to rewatch is A Serious Man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I might really like that one more, but we'll see.
I was just going through their filmography today, and I stopped on Serious Man because me and my friends talk about it a lot. Like that's one of the Coen Brothers that we touch on a lot, just because my friend really likes it, and I liked it, but I think I'll like it more upon rewatch. So
I might too. Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to rewatch that one and a couple other ones too. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But I mean,
maybe you'll come around, Joe.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. There are probably some like hidden gems in there that I will like.
Dude. Burn After Reading. Oh, brother, where art thou?
I mean, to be honest, I'm rereading the Odyssey right now. I'm like 2/3 of the way through it because I wanted to like when rewatching Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I'm just gonna like try to pick up the similarities because I've heard that it's like loosely based on the Odyssey, but like from what I remember, like it doesn't seem like there's any connection at all. But possibly after rereading this, maybe I will pick up more connections. Yeah. But I don't know. I thought it would be like a cool little side thing for me to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us the perspective. I'm curious.
Right.